Okay, so you know those ads that are like, make $500 a day with Google? Um,
Oh,
like
yeah.
they're just waving a big wad of cash in your face,
Yeah.
promising like the secrets to Easy Street.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, today we're diving into one of these offers. It's called $500 Google Payday.
Okay.
Let's see if there's anything actually there or if it's just all hype.
I think this is a great idea because you know what's interesting about these kinds of things? They tap into like what we all kind of want,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
like financial freedom, right?
Yeah.
An easy life, not having to work so hard.
Hmm.
It's very seductive.
Like they're reading our minds, right?
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to make $500 a day just copying and pasting stuff on Google?
And that's the hook, right?
Yeah.
It's like effortless wealth through some secret system.
Right.
But before you like run to your bank account and empty it out, let's take a look
Let's take a closer look.
at what they're actually offering.
Absolutely. Because right away, out of the gate, they hit you with all these claims. Exploiting Google with AI,
Right.
push-button system,
Yeah.
no experience or effort needed.
Yeah.
And then there's a countdown timer just ticking away.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, no, this opportunity is going to vanish at any moment.
That's such a classic tactic.
No, it is.
It's that pressure tactic.
Yeah.
It's urgent. There's scarcity.
It really works on you, though.
Yeah.
You start thinking like,
What if this is the real deal?
what if I miss out?
What if I miss out?
Exactly.
And then they bring in the buzzwords, AI, and
Right.
Google Gemini AI.
Mhm.
Now, Google Gemini AI is a real thing.
Okay.
It's powerful. It has a lot of potential.
Right.
But the question is, how are they actually using it in this system?
Yeah.
And is it really realistic to think you're going to get these kinds of results?
So it's not just about AI.
Right.
It's about how they're using it.
It's how they're using it, exactly.
Right.
AI can do a lot of things. It can automate tasks. It can analyze data. It
Yep.
can make content for you. But it's not a magic money machine.
Right.
You can't just plug it into Google and watch the money just come rolling in.
All right. So let's get down to the specifics here.
Yeah.
They keep saying copy and paste system.
Okay.
What could they actually mean by that?
Well, think about Google for a second.
Okay.
Google's a search engine, right?
Yeah.
It's where you find information.
Yeah.
So what could you be copying and pasting
Yeah.
that would make you $500 a day?
It's starting to sound a little vague.
Vague.
Yeah.
And that vagueness,
Yeah.
that's a little bit of a red flag.
Okay.
They're not really explaining anything concrete
Right.
because the closer you look, the less likely it is to make sense.
To try to back up their claims, though, they do offer some things
Okay, what's that?
like screenshots of supposed earnings
Right.
and testimonials from users who seem to be like swimming in cash.
Here's where you got to think critically.
Okay.
Anyone can fake a screenshot
Oh, yeah, sure.
or pay someone to say nice things.
Mm.
So we have to look deeper.
Okay.
Is this stuff actually verifiable?
Yeah.
Are they telling us the whole story, or is there something they're leaving out?
It's like seeing a beautifully decorated cake,
Uh-huh.
but having no idea what's in it.
Exactly. You don't know what you're getting.
Exactly.
And speaking of things that seem a little too good to be true,
Okay.
let's talk about Glenn and Vanessa.
Oh, yeah. The creators of this system.
Right.
These everyday people
Yay.
who stumbled upon this secret formula
Uh-huh.
and are now generously sharing it with us.
With you.
Yeah, they even thank you for your exclusive invitation.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're part of some special club.
It's a common tactic.
Yep.
It makes you feel like you're part of a community.
Right.
It makes you trust them more.
Yeah.
But it does raise a question.
What's that?
If this is so profitable,
Right.
why tell anyone?
Yeah, why not just keep it to themselves?
Yeah.
It seems kind of counterintuitive.
And then they bring in the bonuses.
Oh, yeah.
It's like fast action bonuses.
Yeah.
Done for you setup, weekly Q&I. As a quick start guide, 10 more secret bonuses.
Oh, wow.
It's like they're throwing everything at you
Yeah, it's overload.
to make it seem irresistible.
Right.
But remember, the real value is in what the product actually does.
Right. Not all this extra stuff.
Not all the bells and whistles.
Okay, so we've got the hype, the scarcity,
Right.
the vague promises,
Right.
the bonus overload.
Yeah.
But what about guarantees?
Oh, yeah.
Is there any kind of safety net here?
Absolutely. They offer a no-risk 180-day money-back guarantee.
Okay.
Sounds pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Like a foolproof way to protect your money.
Uh-huh.
But is it really?
I guess we'll have to see.
We'll have to explore that a little bit more in the next part of our deep dive.
Yeah, stay tuned because we're going to break down this no-risk guarantee
Okay.
and see what it really tells us about the $500 Google Payday system.
Sounds good. Welcome back to our deep dive into this $500 Google Payday thing.
Yeah, last time we started to peel back the layers
Mhm.
and we found some pretty iffy claims.
Yeah.
And some big red flags.
For sure. And one of the things that really stands out to me
Okay.
is this Google Gemini AI thing they keep talking about.
Right, because Google Gemini AI is like a real thing, right?
It is. It's a really powerful suite of AI tools.
Okay.
It can do a lot of different things.
Yeah, but how does it actually fit into this system?
Right.
Because they make it sound like you just take Google Gemini AI
Uh-huh.
and you plug it into some secret formula and bam, you're rich.
Well, let's think about it this way.
Okay.
Imagine Google Gemini AI is like a toolbox
Okay.
with all these fancy tools inside.
Mm-hmm.
Each tool has a specific job,
Right.
like writing text, analyzing data, maybe even making images.
Okay.
But just because you have the toolbox
Yeah.
doesn't mean you automatically know how to use all the tools.
So it's not just about the AI, it's
Not
about
it.
how you use it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where this $500 Google Payday thing gets really vague.
Right.
They never actually explain what they're doing with Google Gemini AI.
Right.
Like, which tools are they using?
Yeah.
How are they applying them to make money?
And they keep talking about this copy and paste system,
Yeah.
but it feels more like a marketing slogan than like an actual explanation.
It does. It's like they're trying to make it sound super simple.
Right.
Like anyone can do it.
Yeah. No technical skills required.
Right. But think about it.
Okay.
What are you actually copying and pasting?
Yeah.
And where is this money coming from?
Yeah. It's starting to feel a bit like a magic trick.
It is.
Like they're trying to distract us with shiny objects.
Right.
While they avoid actually explaining anything.
And that's a common pattern with these schemes.
Okay.
They don't want to give you a clear explanation.
Right.
Because then you might start to see the holes.
So even though Google Gemini AI is a real thing,
Yeah.
we should be skeptical of how they're talking about it.
Absolutely. It's like saying you can build a skyscraper just because you own a hammer. You need more than just the tool.
Yeah, you need the knowledge and the skills.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's move on to the proof they offer,
Yeah.
like those screenshots of earnings and testimonials from happy users.
This is where we got to put on our detective hats
Okay.
and really examine the evidence. Because remember, anyone can fake a screenshot
Oh, yeah, for sure.
or pay someone to write a nice review.
Right.
So we got to look for signs that it's real.
So how can we tell if a screenshot is legit?
Well, look at the details.
Okay.
Do the dates and times and account info all line up?
Yeah,
Is there anything blurry or weird that might mean it's been edited?
good point. And what about testimonials?
Yeah.
What should we be looking for there?
Look for specifics.
All right.
Does the testimonial tell a real story?
Yeah.
Can you check if this person is real?
Right.
Does it sound like a believable experience?
Because a lot of times these testimonials,
Yeah,
they sound really generic.
they do.
Like they could be for any product.
Exactly. That's a big red flag.
Yeah.
Okay.
A real testimonial should feel personal
Uh-huh.
and authentic.
Right. It's like the difference between a letter from a friend
Yeah,
and a marketing brochure.
exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about being skeptical of screenshots, and testimonials,
Right.
and vague promises about AI.
Mm-hmm.
But they also offer this no-risk 180-day money-back guarantee.
They do.
Doesn't that show they believe in their product?
Well, a money-back guarantee can make you feel safe,
Yeah.
but you got to read the fine print.
Okay.
What are the rules for getting your money back?
Right.
What do you have to do to qualify?
So it might not be as simple as it seems.
Often there are a lot of conditions
Okay.
that make it really hard to actually get a refund.
Like what kind of conditions?
They might say you have to prove you tried really hard.
Yeah.
Or follow a bunch of steps.
Right.
Or meet some crazy requirement.
It's like a get-out-of-jail-free card in Monopoly, but with a bunch of hidden rules.
Exactly. And think about it.
Okay. If they were really confident in their product,
Yeah.
why offer such a long money-back guarantee?
That's a good point.
It could be because they know a lot of people are going to ask for refunds.
Because they're not happy with the product.
Right.
So maybe a guarantee that's too good to be true
Uh-huh.
is a sign that the product is too good to be true.
Exactly. And this leads us to another important part of their sales pitch,
Okay.
how they talk about the old way versus the new way of making money online.
Right. Because they make the old way sound terrible.
Yeah.
Like it's so hard and time consuming and you'll never get anywhere.
Right.
But their new way with the $500 Google Payday
Uh-huh.
is easy and automatic and guaranteed to make you rich.
It's tempting, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to skip all the hard work?
Yeah, and just get to the rewards.
Exactly. But is it really that simple?
Well, let's think about the old way for a second.
All right.
Building a real online business usually involves a lot of work.
Like what kind of work?
Making good content, building an audience, learning new skills,
Right.
putting in consistent effort over time.
Yeah, that doesn't sound as exciting as copy and paste your way to riches.
It doesn't, but here's the thing.
What's that?
The old way might be harder at first,
Okay.
but it can create something that lasts.
So it's about building something real,
Yeah.
not just chasing a quick buck.
Exactly. And that's where the $500 Google Payday system falls apart.
Okay.
They're offering a shortcut, a way to avoid the hard work.
But as we've seen,
Yeah.
there's no such thing as a free lunch.
Right.
There's always a catch.
And the catch here is that they're playing on our desires,
Okay.
our desire for easy money, our impatience, our willingness to believe there's a secret formula.
It's like they're using our own weaknesses against us.
In a way, they know what we want
Yeah.
and what we're afraid of,
Mm-hmm.
and they use that to make a sales pitch that pushes our buttons.
So how do we avoid falling for these tricks?
How do we know what's real and what's not?
Yeah.
It comes down to being an informed consumer. Okay.
Don't let the flashy promises and emotional appeals fool you.
Right.
Ask questions, demand proof.
Mm-hmm.
Be willing to walk away if something feels wrong.
So it's about being smart and being skeptical.
Exactly. Remember, real success rarely comes easy.
Yeah.
It takes work, it takes learning, and it takes being okay with the journey.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive into $500 Google Payday, what are the key things our listeners should remember?
First, be careful of anything that promises easy money or fast results.
Okay.
Second, don't just believe screenshots, testimonials, or vague claims.
Right.
Do your research and check if it's real.
And third,
Yeah.
building a real online business takes time and effort.
Yes.
And a willingness to learn and grow.
Well said. There are no shortcuts to real success.
Right.
But there are a lot of resources and opportunities out there
Okay.
for people who are willing to put in the work.
Welcome back to the last part of our deep dive into this whole $500 Google Payday thing. So we've looked at their claims, we've examined the evidence,
Yeah.
and we've started to see through the story they're trying to tell.
Right. And now we're at the point where we have to separate fact from fiction.
Yeah, the fantasy they're selling from the reality of making money online.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because they keep saying there's this big difference between the old way,
Mm-hmm.
which they say is like super hard and takes forever and you'll never succeed,
Right.
and their new way with the $500 Google Payday,
Yeah.
which is supposed to be like effortless and automatic and guarantees you'll be rich.
It sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
I mean,
Well,
who wouldn't want to skip all the hard work
Yeah.
and just get to the rewards?
But is it really that black and white?
That's the question, right?
Yeah, let's think about the old way for a minute.
Okay.
Building a real online business usually involves doing things like
Like what?
creating good content, building an audience,
Mm-hmm.
learning new skills, putting in consistent effort over time.
Yeah, that doesn't sound as glamorous as copy and paste your way to riches.
It doesn't, but it's important to remember.
What's that?
The old way might take more work up front,
Okay.
but it can create something that's sustainable and rewarding in the long run.
So it's about building a solid foundation,
Yeah,
not just chasing a quick profit.
exactly. And that's really where this $500 Google Payday system falls apart.
How so?
They're basically offering a shortcut, a way to bypass all the hard work.
But as we've seen throughout this whole deep dive,
Uh-huh.
there's no such thing as a free lunch.
Right. There's always a catch.
And what's the catch here?
Well, they're playing on our desire for instant gratification.
Okay.
Our impatience, our hope that there's some secret formula for success.
It's almost like they're taking advantage of our weaknesses.
Yeah, they understand our psychology, what we want, what we're afraid of,
Right.
and they use that to make a sales pitch that appeals to our emotions.
So how can we avoid falling for these kinds of traps?
How do we know what's real and what's not?
Yeah, that's the big question.
It all comes down to being an informed consumer.
Okay.
Don't let flashy promises and emotional appeals cloud your judgment.
So don't just jump in blindly.
Right. Ask questions, demand proof, and be willing to walk away if something doesn't feel right.
So it's about doing our research and being a little bit skeptical.
Exactly. Remember, real success rarely comes from shortcuts.
Yeah.
It takes effort, learning, and a willingness to embrace the process.
Well said.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the $500 Google Payday system,
Mhm.
What are the key takeaways for our listeners?
First, be wary of anything that promises effortless riches or instant results.
Okay, no get-rich-quick schemes.
Right. Second, don't take screenshots, testimonials, or vague claims at face value. Dig deeper, ask for evidence, and see if you can verify it independently.
And third,
Yeah.
remember that building a legitimate online business takes time and effort.
Right? And a commitment to learning and growing.
Excellent advice. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the $500 Google Payday system.
My pleasure.
We hope this has given you the tools and knowledge to navigate the world of online opportunities with a discerning eye and a healthy dose of skepticism.
And remember, if you're ever unsure about an offer, do your research, talk to people you trust. And don't be afraid to walk away if something doesn't seem right.
That's great advice. We've only scratched the surface of this topic.
For sure.
And we'll be back with more deep dives into the fascinating corners of the internet.
Looking forward to it.
Until then, stay curious, stay informed, and stay safe.